Hi, I'm Sriyesh Agrawal from Team Dofinmods Evil Inc. and our product is DigiQ. So let me give you a brief introduction about the problem statement that we are solving and what our website does. So as you all know, coronavirus is starting to take a toll on us again, and this problem will become especially relevant when a major section of our population rushes to get vaccinated due to the decision by the government to open vaccination centers to all ages above 18. Now, social distancing in vaccination centers is a must and cannot in any way be compromised. But the concept of standing in queues at vaccination centers close to each other risks all the purpose of getting vaccinated itself. So we came up with a solution to tackle this problem, that is to implement virtual queues through our app DigiQ. Now, what is a virtual queue? A virtual queue is just like a real life queue, except people don't actually need to line up to enter it. The platform takes care of your place in the queue as soon as you enter it. You ask me how to enter it? It's simple. Just scan a QR code and you are there. Now the app estimates the time a person in the queue has to wait until the turn comes. Once it does, now you simply take your spot, get the vaccine, and leave without having to come in contact with anyone else. Now I'm going to tell you about the features of our website DigiQ. Firstly, this website is going to be a PWA application, that is a progressive web app, and not a native Android or iOS app. This is because if a person comes in the queue and needs to scan the barcode, he does not have to install the whole application and just can proceed with the website. Now, the features are real life queue tracking, which is everyone will be able to see the queue moving in real life. Sending notifications. When his turn comes in, he should get a notification telling that his turn has arrived and he should reach the counter soon. Real-time estimation of waiting time using appropriate ML algorithms. Now this also has a very minimalistic user interface to make it easy for all user ages. We are thinking of implementing COVID stats and heat maps around the area to make it more convenient for the user to think what is safe for him or her and what is not. Now this was the brief description about the product. Param will now explain the basic thinking behind the UI UX designing. Param.
Good morning. I'm Param Sharma and I'll be explaining the UI UX part of our app. So, first of all, I'll be starting with the colors. We have chosen a color theme according to our app and its users. We have used blue and green shades mostly. Blue represents the trust factor, and the green represents the medical sector. Also, we have used a minimal UI as our app will be used by the users of all age groups. For example, like over here, we have used the bottom navigation bar that will be easily accessible by all the users. Also, we have put the QR code scanner button over here that is also easily accessible. Apart from that, we have uh, used these screens. The first is the onboarding screen, then there is the registration or sign in screen. After that, the user will have to register or log in himself or herself, and then there is a dashboard where the user will be able to see his or her position in the queue, and also the estimated time that will be required to reach the vaccination center. Apart from that, the user will also be able to see the queue table and his position in the queue. The user will also be able to manage his profile via the profile page. This was the user side, and on the admin side, we have also created an admin page where the admin will be able to generate a QR code and will be able to print and paste it on the vaccination center or anywhere where the queue needs to be created.
So hi, this is Shankar. I'll be explaining you the implementation along with the basic code structure. So basically, we are having three folders. One is the client ML and the server. The server will be having the APIs, the REST APIs, all the models, routes, etc. It also has the socket driver for the real-time updating. And ML will be having the KNN model to estimate the time for the user in the queue. This has been hosted in the Flask. We can use that API to get the estimated time. And client will be having the React Redux stuff along with Axios for communicating with the backend. All the thing you will be seeing will be present in the client. So we have implemented Redux with actions, reducers, all the pages, components, everything is structured so that maintaining a big app will be easier for us. Now coming to the implementation part, first a user will be able to register or login. Let me just give a random name, random phone number 784656570. Email address, password. So he'll be able to register and it will take him to the user dashboard where he'll be able to view his queue or create his queue. Right now he doesn't have anything, so we'll just create a queue for him, and it will be IIT underscore Monday underscore Baxi queue. Will take maximum 5, maximum 10 per person or 5, and each will be 5. So this will create a queue which will display in the barcode. This barcode he can print or scan and show or keep it up in his center so that people can scan and enter the queue. The main thing about our project is we show them the estimated time. Like once a person enters into the queue, he doesn't need to stay there. He can go somewhere and he can do his work, and we'll be sending him timely notifications based on the estimated time we are calculating using the ML model, and also the current location of each from the center. Based on the reaching time which is going to take, we have used Mapbox API to get the distance time between the two reaching points. Based on that, we'll be sending him the timely notifications, and he can see those and reach the center when his turn comes. If he delays, there will be a penalty of +5. We'll go back to the queue in +5 position. So let me show you those things. Now let me just log in as a new user, another user who can scan the barcode. Now a user will be able to scan the barcode. Let me just show you this thing. He'll be able to scan the barcode, and this will load the details of the queue, and he can join the queue. Now let's log in back to the account who created the queue and see. He'll be able to view the queue where Shankar is there. He will be able to discharge this. So this is the way admin will be able to see the real time, as well as the user also will be able to see the real time queue moving. If we had enough time, we would have added colors based on the time left, like darker brown for one who is just there in the queue, etc., etc. We would have done like people who are actually present in the center. We can assign some color to them, like violet, etc. These stuff we will be able to do. And now coming to the user who has gone into the queue, he will also be able to see what's happening in the queue relatively. So here he's seeing his estimated time as 10, reaching time is 0 since his current location is the same. We are taking the location also, as you can see, and ours is a PWA. You can even install this in your laptop, and his position number he will be able to see. As you see, you can see the notification also. Like be ready, your turn is coming soon. Your estimated time is 10. In this way, they will be able to see. If he's out of the limit, then he'll be able to see his reaching time also. As we show, the admin has the rights to discharge a person from the queue. View queue. This way you will be able to remove the person from the queue. Now no one is in the queue. Now if a person, let me just take some random users and then scan the queue so that people will enter the queue. Let me just walk you through the code once. This is the server folder where we have the models, the queue schema, and the user schema, which we came up after a lot of brainstorming so that we don't make this redundancy mistakes, etc. Now these are the routes. Coming to the user route, user has this is for tracking the location of the user. This is for getting the direction. As I told you, Mapbox API is being used to find the time between two destinations, and register and login for the user. And this is the reduced login. Like if someone comes and directly wants to get into the queue, and he doesn't need to log in, he just needs to give his phone number and name. This to get the current location of the user, and this to get the user from the queue array. Now coming to the queue routes, we have getting the details of the queue, creating a queue, getting added to a queue, removing from a queue, getting the queue, deleting a queue, and exiting a queue. These are things we have for the queue. We implemented everything in Express using the routers, and now this is a notify function for notifying. This is a function responsible for web push notifications, and we are using socket.io for fetching the queue timely for every 1 minute, and then checking if the queue has changed and updating it real time, and also sending the notifications using the socket drive only. And that is, this is the deployment code. Now coming to the client. Coming to the client, these are the folders we have. Actually, the source folder contains the main code, app.js is the entry code, and we have everything organized so that uh, contributing will be easier for the people who even come in the middle. So components contains all the major components, and pages are the pages we are having. These are the pages we are having, and images and CSS and actions. There are all the APIs which we have implemented in the backend are connected using these actions only. We dispatch these wherever needed in the component, and these are also the queue actions. Actually, these are just the APIs we are integrating into the front end. Now this is the reducer. This is actually the whole store of our app, where we'll be storing the user details, queue details, and error messages, and if he's logging or not, etc. This is the basic structure of the client. Actually, it's a lot more complicated and difficult to explain within the time constraints. Mm, uh, let me uh, uh, let me wrap it up here, and Param will be explaining you the problems we have faced and the future goals of our project. Thank you.
Now I'm going to explain about the future goals of our app and the problems that we faced during making this app. So I'll start with the future goals. While the app aims to make the concept of virtual queues a general idea that can be implemented anywhere such as cafes, grocery stores, etc., we thought of this concept keeping in mind the current scenario. As in the current scenario, the COVID-19, it is important to keep in mind the social distancing norms. Apart from the COVID-19 scenario, this app can also be used in various other scenarios. One such scenario with the app and without the app would be, for example, it's a Sunday and you decide to go out to a restaurant with your family. You reach there only to find a queue at the reception desk outside. As a dad speaks to the receptionist, trying to convince his way in to no available of course, you start losing hope that you will not get to taste the favorite dish of yours. Now all you want is just to have a nice meal and spend some time with your family. Now if we put this app in use, the scenario would be something like this. You reach the restaurant and there is no queue, just people waiting outside the place. Just people waiting around the place. The receptionist tells you that you enter the queue by scanning the barcode on the door and you will be notified when your turn comes. Now, all you have to do is to wait in your car with your family until a notification comes to enter the place. The concept of standing in queue vanishes. Now you may do anything while the time you have left until your turn arrives. This gives you more time to spend with your family rather than waiting in the long queues. Waiting in the comfort of an air-conditioned car with the family sounds a lot better than standing in the heat close to the other customers, doesn't it? So that was all. These were our future goals and the problem. Now I'll speak about the problems that we faced during making this app. The first problem was that we were not able to find the right API for calculating the time to reach between two destinations. And other problem was that we were not able to find the right data set for estimating the time. Also, we faced difficulty in finishing the project within the time constraint and maintaining clean code. These were the problems that we faced during making our project. Thank you.